All right, weekly tier list time. I actually didn't think I was going to get to it today because I wasn't sure if I was going to have time. So we're probably going to do this a little faster than normal. Watch it be the same length. So if you're new around here, this is where we go over everything that I'm watching and basically reviewing everything that I watched this past week since, I don't always make videos on everything I watch on YouTube, but I watch everything over on Patreon. So if you do want to see my full thoughts to everything I watch, it's always over on Patreon, link in the description, comments, all that fun jazz. But let's do this quick. First thing, let's get two things out of the way. Obviously, if you're new around here, Ranma's still on hold because I've fallen behind. We haven't gotten to One Punch Man yet. I haven't watched the new episode. I don't even know if I am going to watch it. This very well could be what ends up happening. And the reason being, it's not fun to cover. It's not even necessarily because of the content. Like, yeah, it's disappointing, but it's literally an insufferable community that no matter how fair you are and you're just like normal with your criticisms, people get upset with you that you get lumped in with the toxic edgelords who are just pieces of shit. And then the pieces of shit get mad that you're not an insufferable asshole. So it really isn't a fun show to cover anymore. It might end up becoming a Patreon exclusive, but even then, I don't know. It very well could be this. You'll have to tune in next week for the definitive answer, but for now it's on hold. Banished Court Magician, I just didn't have time to watch it before I made this. I am still watching it, but I imagine it probably would have been in this category. But anyway, that's why these are on hold. Let's get, you know what? Let's start out bold. Where the hell is it? Where the fuck is my hair? There it is. Jesus Christ. Best episode of the week. Horikoshi deserved way more credit than Horikoshi ended up getting. Zoom in just a little more. Just a little more. Yeah, that looks good. I'm not sure if Sando was peak, but we're gonna keep it here for now. We're learning about this other class that basically wants to cut off Santa Claus's his thumbs, and they just enjoy killing. Like, some kids need to be aborted. Holy shit. Status Assassin. Last week we did this, but it was a great episode. Still one of the most misunderstood. It's really funny because in videos like I just did this past week where I explained, hey, the MC has never killed a human-looking character, and, you know, the very first episode wasn't him killing, he was defending himself, and Boso killed himself. I'll still have dummies comment how he killed people. Not the sharpest tools. Now, to your eternity, last week we put it in bad, right? It was a bad episode. Thankfully, it was a good episode this week. It still has some issues with the pedophile in the show. If you're not watching the show, that's a wild statement. I don't think it was great this week, but it was highly enjoyable. I think that's fair. Backstabbed. Pretty great episode this week. The Revenge Tour going hard. If you're watching this, and may I ask for one final thing, there's a lot of racists we be killing in them shows, and I'm here for it. Oh, you know what? We gotta slap that in peak. There's probably one of the greatest misdirects I've ever seen, where you think you're getting this explosive fight scene, and then a car falls on them, and they end up on the weirdest road trip. It was such a funny fucking episode. I loved it. Such a great show. Gnosia. Do I think it's in the peak? I don't think the latest episode's peak, but it's like borderline. Like, if I had a spot just in between peak and great, that's what I would do. They're really doing well with like, there's information they reveal in the latest episode, which sure, we technically knew the ship could blow up before, but the thing is I was always under the assumption, even if you vote someone out and they were to not go into cryostasis, I assumed the ship would have said, hey, you did your job. Nah. If someone hides and they don't get to them in time, the whole ship blows up. That's crazy. Grieving Soul. Something like that. Kind of does what you expect, but it's funny nonetheless. A magic carpet punches him basically in the nuts. Can't beat that. You know what? I'm feeling bold again. We're going to slap this back up into the peak category. People really refuse to accept the fact that Isekai Quartet is amazingly written. You essentially had the Konosuba episode with the snow spirits, And the whole time I was like, where are the rabbits from ReZero? I'm telling you, like, people who don't watch this think I'm just joking. When I legitimately think this is among one of the greatest Isekais ever made, and I just keep harping on the fact that every show feels like it's written by their authors, despite interacting with 10 other authors. It's amazing. I'm gonna go bold. I think Spy Family deserves peak this week. Anya's episode. Sure, we've had plenty of serious episodes in Spy Family, but there's something about a character that we have no connection to. And while Anya certainly acts like Anya, to learn about this whole protest turned daughter got killed, just trying to fight for what you think's right and being manipulated, such a mature piece of storytelling. And honestly, in general, this new season has been the most serious of Spy Family, while staying true to the energy that makes this family so adorable. I know. I know this is looking crazy. I know people are going to say, Brandon, you're too much of a fanboy. Kamen Rider hasn't missed. And the more I'm learning about these characters and the dynamics that's happening, like, it's a damn shame because this was probably one of the most requested shows on my channel, and it was a fraudulent community because they never showed up to videos past the first video. But I am having a blast covering it on Patreon every week. I typically do it on Saturdays. Just, give me 5 seasons directly into my vein. Disney Twisted Wonderland. You know, actually, I do think I enjoyed 2-Year Eternity more than this episode. Despite still my issues with 2-Year Eternity, I'm enough of a fanboy. I still think it's better than Twisted Wonderland. I don't think Twisted Wonderland's ever going to get to this category for me, at least in season 1. But if they do keep the MC around, which, talking with other source readers, despite it jumping around in the source, I do think they're going to keep the same MC. I think it has potential to become great. Still highly enjoyable. But I'd say that. I gotta think about this. This mermaid wants to eat me. Or this monster wants to eat me. I think so. High-functioning depression, the way they're characterizing everyone. Fuck it. You know what? I don't even care. It's great. Dark History of a Reincarnated Villainess. If I was judging more harshly with production, we would put it down here. But the story, the characters, and the comedy really elevate the show. So despite probably one of the worst production values of the season that I'm watching, it still remains to be good no matter what. Hero Without a Class. Last week, we bumped it up from McDonald's because for a while it's been here, right? And I said after last episode, you know, it's kind of like a mom and pop diner, which got it up into the good category. Here's the thing. It was even slightly better this week than it was last week. I didn't talk about it on YouTube, but the last video didn't do that well. But here's the thing. The show's actually turning out to be quite good. May I ask for one final thing? I gotta think about this for a second. I don't think it's peak. But out of the enjoyment of this week, like that would make sense to me. Would it? Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't really have much to say about it. It was a good episode, though. I liked it. Seemingly popularity for it's falling off. Wild Last Boss. Peak. Dina's stuff is finally coming to fruition. I think that's fair. Some people are going to say I'm overglazing shit this week. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a fuck. These episodes were amazing this week. These episodes specifically, but I'm going to also include the old Isekai Quartet. But just because people just don't believe me on Isekai Quartet, these top 3 were just fucking incredible. All of these episodes, amazing to me. Like, if people really want, I could probably do that, right? But fuck them. This is my list, okay? This one's probably getting dropped. This one most likely would have been in mid to good if I watched it. We'll come back next week. Anyway, you can check out my previous tier list. Go to, I I don't fucking know. What is it called? Brandon Reviews, okay? Brandon Reviews on Tier Maker. Like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, fund the reactions, all that fun jazz. See ya.